Okay. Hello. Got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Do I got it? I got it. I figure maybe I'll just try to get the role quests out of the way today. I think I can get the 2 sets of role quests out of the way today. If I focus, I can probably get all of the role quests done today. My produce box will be delivered today. It is also raining quite a bit outside right now. I need to skip the cutscenes. I don't have time for cutscenes. Even though that's all I'll be doing today is watching cutscenes. Come on, man. I ain't got time for these cutscenes. I have to hurry up and watch the other cutscenes. No, I skipped that. Okay, come on. Okay. Go, 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 go! Debbie's got a mission. I like sprinted from the doorway to the Namazu. 108, 142. Yeah, I've been having really, really small payouts with my subs lately. Like, depressingly small. Get subs, they said. You'll make a lot of gil, they said. Yeah, it's not always true. Okay. Meow, 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 meow. Hey, Lulu, how are you doing? How's it going? It is a tea day today. Hey, Break. For whatever reason, it is like pouring down rain outside today. It is just cloudy and pouring down rain. You are existing. Oh no. Yeah, I mean, kinda. The cats. The hobbits. The cats woke me up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Before that, it was 4 something on the clock. And I got out of bed and I went downstairs and I fed them. The hobbits are being taken to Isengard. Yes. And I went and I sat back down on the sofa and I was kind of in a daze until just after 6. And then I finally drifted back into a nap-ish state until about 8-ish. And then I had breakfast and then I got ready for stream. So I'm kind of... I mean, the good news is I have tea. The bad news is it's decaffeinated. But, you know, Existing in this time of no more physical copies. Yeah, exactly. I don't have much caffeine ever nowadays. But occasionally, I will have a cup of War Pig's pot of coffee. But that is very seldom. And even then, he is always reluctant to give me some because I'll have maybe half of my cup generously, usually like a quarter of it. I'm not a caffeine person. Sell that. Lakeland. Lake. I do like the look of that. Okay. Okay, I resolved today to go finish up these role quests, so that's what I'm gonna go do. So, in my journal, I have these guys. The narwhal. Let's start with the narwhal. I can't remember which one this one is, so let's go to Ishgard. I think I have the tank one left and the magical one left. Do I have room in my glamour plates for Beast? No, I'll have to create one. I'll find room. I'll make room. Is Narwhal tank or magical? I think those are the only two I have left, so I know it's going to be one of those two. Narwhal. Sounds tanky. Wait, am I going the right way? I don't think I am. Come on. Ishgard, I hate you. Okay. I need to be tank. Okay, it's tank. Tank having to do something with sleep. Maybe I'll do more role quests today. I mean, get it. Yeah. Get it out of the way. Here. Let's... Oh my god, take off the beret. There we go. Okay, let's get her done. If it isn't Amara, what'll it be? I always find it difficult imagining Elazin with a gruff voice. They seem a little too lithe to have gruff voices, but anyway. A lad from the Western continent? Well, I can't be going around gossiping about the comings and goings of my customers, now can I? That's a quick way to empty a tavern. But I suppose, since you're you, I can make an exception just this once. A lad much like the one you described walked through my door not long ago, was asking anyone whose ear he could bend about some stolen narwhal or some such he was after. Usually you buy someone a drink before interrogating them, but not him. No one knew nothing he was going on about, but he was determined. Asked where else in Ishgard people might gather to flap their lips. So I told him to head to the Jeweled Crozier. If you leave now... If you leave now, I reckon he'll still be there, you know. You'll know him when you see him, trust me. Okay. Some kid what looks crazy going to the marketplace. Some kid would look crazy at the marketplace. Kitty Bonifoy. Hot-blooded youth. Oh. Oh my. Bunch of useless, by the narwhal's horn. You think manners keep people warm for how desperately these people cling to them. And here I am trying to rid their city of a thief. Yes, it seems you know me, but I don't think I've ever seen you before. I'd remember. Oh, God, Dawntrail names! Even across oceans, he can sense when I'm in trouble. Well, I won't deny a helping hand, especially one with her blessing. I'm having no luck getting information from these people. Seems there are unwritten rules regarding favors that no one's bothered to tell me. I know the thief traveled here, but that's where the trail runs cold. I thought it'd only be a matter of time until they used the cradle to commit some misdeed or another, but it seems nothing is amiss within or without Ishgard's walls. Really? Nothing is amiss within Ishgard? I have only a description to go on, although it's availed me to nothing so far. A woman of a race known in this land as Elizin. She has a striking red hair and the eyes color of rust. A scar dominates her forehead and a mole rests upon her lips. She came to my village posing as a scholar with an interest in the cradle. Although she gave us a name, I know now it was a lie, just like everything else that spewed from her mouth. Hey, Prince! The bounty of meat, vegetables, and fruit she offered was worth its weight in gold to us. After the cold snap we suffered last year, we couldn't afford to turn her away. But looking back, I realized how brazen her deception was. Although she wore the robes of a scholar, she moved with the poise of a predator. I marked her as a fearsome warrior the moment I laid eyes on her. Of course, she wouldn't have been able to travel so far north on her own if she was unseasoned, so I thought nothing of it at the time. It was my first misstep of many. Great time to get into immolation. Oh, yeah. So what is this all about? Now, a lot of people have been talking recently about, like breaking old consoles. I mean, like in terms of, like opening them, like, I don't want to use the term like jailbreaking them and like you said, using them as emulation devices and I've been hearing a lot about it recently. A skilled sword would be known amongst the knights? If she feels even an ounce of guilt, she would seek penance at the cathedral. Few scholars study in Ishgard without passing through the astrologicum. Knights, was it? I suppose that's what you call those deadly-looking fellows clad in steel. Yes, you may be onto something there, but where would we find one willing to speak? But you imagine people have been doing that a lot with their own consoles because game companies are forcing us further and further into digital-only spaces, which isn't a guarantee that your game will be randomly deleted on a whim. Yeah. Yeah. Right, bro? Just give us some good old, like, basic Germanic names. Like, Yorick and Broik. And, you know, like some really base Germanic, like, Viking names, dwarven names, like... I didn't say German. I said base Germanic. I don't mean modern German. Where was I going? Up there. Why, Mistress Hawk, what brings you to the congregation? This Passage of the Unbound is not a name I have heard before, but if one of their number has brought an artifact of great power to Ishgard, we'd be ill-advised to suffer their presence. We shall act on this information at once. If there is aught that would threaten the peace, then it is our duty to root it out. Consider the Knights of the congregation at your disposal. Thank you for hearing us out, truly. Now, does anything about the description we shared ring a bell? An Elysian woman with red hair and eyes the color of rust. Wait, you said she bore a scar on her forehead, yes? And a mole? No. It could not be. You know who she is? Aye. Well, such information is usually privy only to those within our order. Pray understand my hesitation. What? Weren't you listening to anything we told you? She's too dangerous to be left alone. This isn't the time for secrecy. I know I'm a stranger in your city, but I can't stand by while innocent lives might be at risk. If you can't trust him, then, me? Like, I'm savior of the city. You are right, of course. If the hero who ended the Dragonsong War is not worthy of our trust, then who is? Very well. Pray accept my apologies. Although you may not be Ishgardian, your desire to keep its people safe is plain to see. We shall place our trust in you, as Mr. Hawk has. I'm glad we can see eye to eye. Now then, what do you know of this thief? Your description called back some old memories. Memories of a knight named... Leofine? Merely recalling her story makes me ill at ease, for the mark she left upon our honorable order is black as pitch. None know of her whereabouts since she was expelled from the congregation. I had thought living with the shame of her deeds would be punishment enough. Oh no! But if she now consorts with villains that threaten the very foundation of order, then 'tis clear we can suffer her freedom no longer. What? What? We expelled her and thought that the shame of her expellation would have been punishment enough. I shall inform my superiors of this development and suggest that the congregation does all in its power to track down her and place her in custody. If we learn aught of value, I promise to share it with you at once. Really? Oh, he was being sincere. Really? That's more than we could have asked. I thought he was being sarcastic. I suppose we ought to consider what we can do in the meantime. Care to join me over there? Okay. Let's chat. I thought he was being sarcastic, but okay. Okay. Let's chat about all they're doing. So we have a name. A former knight of Ishgard. That means she knows how to hide herself from the city well. Grasping about at straws won't get us anywhere. My own unfamiliarity does little help our chances. We may have no choice but to wait until the knights discover a lead. Nevertheless, I intend to spend every waking moment learning more about this city and its workings. As for you, I only ask that you be ready to move at a moment's notice. Until then, be well. We still don't know what this thing does, really? There you are. I've been walking Ishgard streets whenever I've been able to, and I've been searching for any sleeping people. Oh yeah. Leilu's already said it. You see, the land I'm from isn't much warmer than this, and people know not to tempt fate by dozing off in open air. Even those blind with drink manage to find their way home somehow. I figured the only force powerful enough to overcome that instinct for self-preservation would be the cradle, so if we find a sleeper exposed to the elements, we may very well discover her nearby. I can't imagine she brought it all this way just to remain idle. It's a tedious prospect, but we need to scour every back alley and shadowed walkway before anyone catches something worse than a cold. Mistress Hawk, I bring good tidings! The Temple Knights wasted no time in distributing handbills across Ishgard containing her description. These efforts have already borne fruit. We but recently received a report of someone matching her features being sighted. Really? Where? She was sighted near Camp Dragonhead by patrolling sentry. He described a woman with red hair and a distinct scar on her forehead. The outpost can be reached by passing through the Gate of Judgment and heading east. Once there, speak with Sir Eggenux for the full report. Eggenux! I knew she'd show herself. Let's hurry. Let's go find Sir Eggenux. Debbie pronounces Ishgardian names badly. Okay, Gate of Judgment. This doesn't happen to be Gate of Judgment, does it? No, that's the pillars. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna teleport. Listen, Warrior of Light. I have too much gil to waste time running around. Ah, I was informed you were on your way. This is concerning the report by one of our sentries, yes? He cited a woman matching the description in the handbill sent by the congregation. She was heading south along the footpath, but that is all we know. Burp, burp, burp. Yes, this is Akeno. What? Hold fast. I shall send aid at once. What happened? A shipment of supplies was waylaid by monstrous beasts. A contingent of Temple Knights should have been protecting it, but something is amiss. They need our help. We would be in your debt. The shipment was attacked on the road west of the observatorium. I shall muster more knights. Please go find my men before any more lives are lost. Run! Run, you fool! In my spermmobile! Warrior of Light away! Oh, God. I'm here! They should be close, right? I'll search the other side of the river. You search farther down the road and keep your weapon at the ready. I'm coming! Wait, how do I tank? Ah! You saved us! We were almost... You won't be feasting today! Wait, is he also a tank? Not a moment too soon. The wide eye watches eternal, and eternal is the sleep it bestows. They sent 2 tanks on this mission? That seems like poor planning. No, they're not. Just look, they're asleep is all. Good. Good. Our trusty chocobos suddenly became unsure on their feet, and the wagon toppled onto the side of the road. There was nothing for it but to fix the damage on the spot. The temple knights went to secure the area, but before I knew it, each and every one of them had fallen asleep where they were standing. Then the beast attacked, and it was just me before those snarling fangs. Time to wake up. Sleep here any longer and the cold will have you. Actually, I have. I have actually fallen asleep on my feet before. Once. Ugh, what happened? We fell asleep? But we were patrolling. He must be mistaken. A temple knight would never shirk his duty so. Are you calling me a liar? I saw you fall over on your arse with me own eyes. If not for Sir Egano's quick response and bravery of these warriors, we would all be food for the vultures by now. The congregation will hear of this dereliction of duty, you can be sure. Oh. Now hold on for just a moment. They aren't the ones to blame. A sacred relic of my people was stolen, and... now isn't the time. Sorry, forget I said anything. Wait, you're just gonna let them take the fall? It's not their fault. Whatever dizziness overtook the chocobo seems to have passed, so I'll resume my journey once the carriage is repaired. Assuming my guards are quite refreshed, I believe we can make it on our own. Please return to Camp Dragonhead and warm yourselves. It's no coincidence that the giant birds and the 2 guards took leave of their senses around the same time. This is the work of the cradle. So you're just... But even if she was here, she's here no longer. Let's return to the city and consider our next steps. So you're just gonna let them, like, possibly lose their jobs and maybe get executed? For... You should at least explain to someone in charge about the effects your thing has so that there will be leniency for the guards. We have received the report of the incident near Cap Dragonhead. 2 of our own sleeping on duty by the Fury. Had you reached them even a moment later, this day would have been much darker. Although it pains me to say it, those 2 shall be punished as befits the magnitude of their negligence. If I may, I don't believe the blame rests entirely on their shoulders. The cradle of the sleepless was used against them, I am certain. Ah, yes, you said it possessed the power to lull others into a deep sleep. I admit it would explain these exceptional circumstances. Regardless, they were still bested by their enemy, and the charge was almost killed as a result. Punishment is the only recourse. I see. A harsh stance maybe, but I can respect that you don't treat your duty lightly. Oh my god! Oh my god! Well, if you learn anything else of her plots, please let us know at once. Even though we didn't find her, I'm glad we were able to save those soldiers. Thank you for coming to us. What the heck? Zoam! Well, magic was definitely used against these guys, or else they probably wouldn't have been derelict in their duty, but it's probably best we punish them anyway. Nay, 'tis the Temple Knights who owe you thanks. We shall continue our search and rest assured that you'll be the first to know of any developments. There's one... There's more I would tell you about the cradle. Things I should have told you sooner. Join me over there and I'll do my best to fix that mistake. Now you've seen with your own eyes what I've only been able to describe. The Narwhal's lullaby can put even the hardened warriors into a restful slumber. They may as well be defenseless as a newborn babe, but even with such power, my people have never used it to attack our enemies. Its sole purpose has always been to keep a single person awake, an eternal guardian who would never sleep, never rest, the wide eye, me. For 10 years I've been awake, training day and night to gain the strength I have now, the strength to shield my people. Of course, another must receive the wariness I cast aside, the shut-eye. You've met her, in fact. Loa. I'm just gonna call her Loa. As I've been awake these 10 years, she's spent the better part of her days in a deep slumber. Her brief periods of wakefulness are spent exercising and eating so her body doesn't waste away. And so we've barely spoken despite how much I depend on her. When we were young, we'd spend our days exploring the mountain pass, but that time is long past. Telling you all this now, I realize how very little of my life has been dedicated to my own pursuits. Loa and I have both devoted ourselves entirely to the protection of our village. Well, about that, no, I've no excuse. It was my fault it was stolen and I bear that burden. A protector must take responsibility for his charges. But we don't have the luxury to dwell on regrets. I see now that although my people never use the cradle for ill, wicked hearts can twist anything toward evil. And that's something I can't tolerate. The very thought that this might happen again makes the bile churn in my gullet. We must bring Leo's schemes to an end. So I still don't understand the plot. So he's had to be awake his whole life to train. Which means that someone's had to be asleep the entire time so that he could be awake the entire time. but I still don't understand why. And I'm hoping they'll explain that. Like, why couldn't he just be awake a normal amount of time? And the other person just be awake a normal amount of time. Okay. Ah, just the person I wanted to see. I'd like to ask your advice on a certain matter. It's been a while since my last letter to Loa. I wanted to wait until I discovered something worth sharing to write her, but we're still completely in the dark. I don't want her to worry, but I don't know what to tell her. Tell her you're fine. Tell her you're feeling good. You might be right. Silence might make her think that something terrible has happened. All right, I'll start right away. I may not have much time left. Oh, don't misunderstand. It's nothing so grave as that. The last time I used the cradle was right before it was stolen. Luckily, I'm still alert as I've ever been, but it won't be long until I must dream like any other. That will give Leo free rein while I'm helpless in bed. There's no quarry more dangerous than one who doesn't sleep. We'll have to see this through before that happens. We have received reports that several groups of Temple Knights have fallen afoul of what can only be your stolen artifact. Several? Let me guess. They were all guarding someone else. You would be correct. It is the duty of a knight to protect those who cannot protect themselves. If we fail at even that most basic function, then our honor means nothing. As if the incident near Camp Dragonhead was not shameful enough, the knights of those most recent attacks were left in quite compromising positions. He's an egg. Oh my god. Yet the weight of embarrassment is a trifle compared to the guilt we would bear if any innocent came to harm. The Fury was merciful in that respect, but we would rather not see these incidents repeat. Still, while the Temple Knights must work to repair their reputation in the days ahead, 'tis a far cry from bringing Ishgard crumbling to its knees. Truth be told, the methods of this passage of the Unbound leave me mystified. The gist is mostly that they come from a remote village in the north where it is likely unsafe to potentially fall asleep even for a second and to risk harm to the community. But I mean, I get that, but like that's why humanity developed right. But that's why humanity developed living in communities. So that we were always in small groups of people where someone could be awake while others slept. That, I mean, right? Like, I don't know. It's a solution to a problem that we never really had. But I get it. It's like, it's a magical hypothetical. I get it. Maybe. It's possible their village is super small, so maybe they don't have the manpower to do watches, or maybe they're very frail, so they don't have the strength to have more than one strong person take a watch or whatever. Right. But Leo was cunning, if nothing else. Till we can discern her true motivations, we have little recourse but to wait until she makes a mistake. She may be testing the limits of the artifact's powers. Like Iridians? Yeah, maybe they just like watching people sleep. Or they just sleep for a very long time. Then you suggest she has a greater purpose in mind for it, and these incidents are simply a prelude. We cannot discount that theory, I admit. We should remain vigilant. There's no telling how much chaos she can sow if left unchecked. We have to do everything we can to get the cradle out of her clutches. Hey, Leilu's doing one! And to do that, we have to start asking the right questions. This new information makes me wonder, why has she focused her attention on the Temple Knights? I have pondered the same. Posted at Camp Dragonhead are knights from many houses of repute, including House Fortum. Being a former Temple Knight herself, Leo doubtless knows their habits and training. Perhaps that makes it easier for her to exploit their weaknesses. Then if we follow the knights, we may pick up her trail. It's not ideal, but it's the best we have to go on. Well, a large contingent of knights has but recently dispatched to Korthus. They probably hate you. Meh. They're probably just like tired of standing around. They're like, well, they're just like waiting for the bus. They're waiting for the Warrior of Light bus. Yeah. And they saw you were busy going for tacos. You remember the mills, yes? It has laid abandoned ever since the heretics were driven from it. Yet there is ever the risk that unsavory elements might infest it once again. Thus have the Temple Knights planned to joint patrols of its premises with other contingents. If you speak with Sir Renwald at Falcon's Nest, I'm sure he would be glad to have you along. Dude ain't even know where he's going, but he's like, yep, let's do it. Yeah, and tacos are a priority. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-dum. You miss tacos. Is that Mistress Hawk I see? Of course you are ever welcome in Falcon's Nest, yet I believe I do not know your companion here. Indeed, whispers of the Temple Knights' humiliations have reached us even here. Falling asleep while on duty, I dared not believe the stories, but it seems there was truth in them after all. They fell asleep, true, but it wasn't their fault. We suspect they fell victim to an enemy wielding a powerful artifact. Now, the rumors fail to mention anything like that. If it can lull even trained warriors to sleep, then we must treat it as a serious threat. Nevertheless, if one knight fails, another is always at the ready to take their place. So long as this artifact cannot put an entire regiment under its spell, I believe we are well positioned to combat it. Interesting. The idea of your allies falling in battle doesn't seem to disturb you at all. Where I hail from, a single warrior is responsible for the safety of his entire village. Make no mistake, we do not doubt our allies' mettle, and we mourn every loss, yet each man and woman here knows that if they must quit the battle, another sword is just as fierce will take their place. To know that an ally is at your back, it would allow you to fight with abandon. Now, you believe this Leo might take interest in our activities at Mills, yes? A party has already left, accompanied by a group of Temple Knights. If your suspicions are correct and they are at risk, I would ask that you follow in their tracks and ensure they have not fallen victim to foul play. The mills can be found to the north, just across from the Black Iron Bridge. The party should be arriving there soon, conditions permitting. We have to reach them before Leo does. Let's get going. You haven't had the spare income to treat yourself in a few months, recovering from FanFast. Yeah, that's fair. Oh my god. I mean, but it was FanFest, though. Like... yeah. But you guys, it was FanFest. But, I mean, you're in America. There should be places where you can go and get, like, incredibly cheap tacos, especially on, like, Tuesdays or something. Like you guys are home of, like, the dollar tacos or something, right? I mean, I don't know. I couldn't get anything like that where I am, but I've heard rumors. So I'm just gonna start, like, taking out some hunt things as I see them too, guys, just because I can always use the marks. Just coming up to the expansion, I'm not ever gonna start turning down currencies and stuff now. I'm just gonna start, like, playing a little bit smarter, I think. Okay. We're too late! They're fast asleep! But Redwald gave the impression there were more. These knights must have been the lookouts. We should awaken them, but keep your eyes peeled for Leo. I'll rouse these ones. Amara, you search that building yonder. Yonder? Which way is yonder? Which direction is yonder? Yonder, duh. Who the hells are you? How'd you get past the guards? I don't know. Are you talking to me? Hey, Rock. Oh, I do like making tacos at home. Now, I've never made homemade tacos, but for, like, really cheap, you can get, like, just like the hand pressed, like, fresh tortilla corn, like, tortillas. Yeah, no, they're good. They're good. You just, like, have to, like, put them in the pan for, like, 10 seconds aside to heat them up. Yeah, you got it. It's good. They're good. They're good. You started playing FF7 Remake. It's fun. Good. I didn't actually finish FF7 Remake, but I have played it. It's you! Thank the Fury you arrived when you did. Those thugs struck when our backs were turned. I assumed the Temple Knights were protecting the entrance, so I wasn't as cautious as I should have been. Were they killed? Sleeping? I've heard the stories, of course, but I didn't think they were true. Whomever is behind this, I'm sure they didn't count on you showing up. For now, we shall tend our wounds and then finish our inspection here. I ask that you join the knights on the outside and wait until we're finished. Do we finally get to see this red-headed woman? That's red-headed? Ah, as I thought. Just when I was becoming bored, I sighted a familiar face among those slumbering knights. I simply had to come and make sure it was you. You finally found the courage to show yourself. Hand over the cradle now and I won't kill you. What did they call you again? The Wide-Eye. You must have had quite the journey to come this far. Be careful. This is our quarry, the thief who stole the cradle of the Sleepless. This is Leo. That is your ally? What sodden tavern did you drag them out of? I dare say they seek your artifact for themselves. Sodden tavern? God. It matters not, I suppose. Before you both throw your lives away, I suggest you think for a moment. Is the cause you fight for worth the sacrifice? So few of us know true freedom. Is there aught you would grasp with your own hands? Do so before they wither and your eyes shut for the last time. The codes and rules that would bind men are mere illusions. Open your eyes, truly open them, and you shall see a path all your own. Only a fool would waste their life in the struggle of another. Wait, only a fool would waste their life in the struggle of another? I don't understand that writing. Only a fool would waste their life in the struggle of another. In the struggle for another? Some of the writing in these quests is a bit weird. Quit spouting nonsense. Thank you! Thank you for saying that, because that's exactly what I was thinking. At least he said what I was thinking. Nonsense? Perhaps. I am here because of another, after all. Apaya, who came to me at the height of my debauchery and welcomed me into her devious brotherhood. She guided me to great power, yes, and now I lead others upon the unbound path. Yet truth be told, I have little interest in seeing where it ends. To tear down the world's nations, Ishgard among them, and usher the world into, well, what does it matter? Yet I do derive great pleasure in shaming the Temple Knights, in seeing the snickers and jeers deflate their pompous stride as they walk down the streets. If this artifact can hasten their fall from grace, I believe I shall keep it. I know the path I walk, the one that leads to your downfall. And I won't abandon it. I'll take the cradle back. And then I'll... Oh dear, you seem to have lost your train of thought. I know you cannot hear me, but if you want your artifact back, I might suggest stealing it from me while I'm asleep. But considering the burden I have just passed to you, that opportunity may not come for some time yet. Why, I feel absolutely transcendent to think the shackles of fatigue weighed so heavily. Alas, it appears the artifact needs its own repose of sorts. No matter, I have learned more than enough to take my next step. See to it that this lot is disposed of. 'Tis the least you can do for the freedom I have given you. Chalupa, my beloved. Yeah, I think just the syntax of it was bothering me, Prince. There was something off about the way it was said. I don't know. I don't know if it was just the way it was written or the way it was phrased and I was reading it wrong. I don't know. Try as you might to rouse him, he seems completely detached from the waking world. Yeah, seems like a handy little device to have on nights when you can't get back to sleep. I mean, for me, I have my Benadryl. Not gonna lie. My nighttime, my bedtime Benadryl, that's my narwhal. It looks like you saved us twice today, thank you. But what of him? Fast asleep just as we were. Could this be what Sir Filmabert warned us about in his report? I see. Then those stories are more than just wicked rumors. I suppose there's some small comfort in the fact that our enemy tipped their hand without causing loss of life. While the drowsiness made my eyes heavy, my ears could not mistake Leo's arrogant voice. If she would not scruple to attack former comrade in arms, then she has fallen farther than I dared imagine. Yet we bear the blame for allowing her to get the upper hand and in so doing put innocent lives in danger, another black mark on our order. 'Twas only thanks to you and your companions' efforts that the snow was not stained red this day. At the very least, allow us to carry him to the congregation. Heck yeah, I'm not doing it. Our work here is done, so we should accompany them as far as Falcon's Nest. Pray return to Ishgard and look after your friend. Okay. I understood you come fresh from an encounter with none other than Leo. He now rests on the second floor. We shall stand vigil by his side every moment until he opens his eyes again. We should not have long to wait, but if you wish to check in on him, please do so at your leisure. There is another matter to discuss. Just before your departure, it seems there was another incident. A group of criminals were released from their cells, their guards found in a deep sleep. Doubtless Leo was behind this. And doubtless the ruffians you clashed with were these selfsame criminals. Leo is gathering those who bear a grudge against the Temple Knights to her side and using this animosity to her advantage. We now know for certain that Leo is the mastermind of these attacks and that her aim is to chip away at the very foundation of the Temple Knights, our honor. When I shared these revelations with my superiors, 'twas decided that none would speak publicly of the artifact and its powers. The passage of the Unbound seeks to overthrow the nations of the world. One obvious method is to achieve this goal would be to stoke the flames of unrest among the common folk, thus thinking Ishgard into a mire of chaos and distrust, not unlike the blasphemies of the final days. So long as these failures are placed squarely on the shoulders of the Temple Knights, we can avoid fomenting a more abiding mistrust in the nation's very core. For Ishgard's peace, I would gladly suffer any disgrace. The question remains as to whether we can apprehend Leo before she tears our reputation to tatters. While he slumbers, it falls to us to search for clues that might point towards her whereabouts. What do you think, guys? Do you think the Temple Knights can get her done? Leo remains as elusive as ever. If she is in league with Ishgard's more unsavory elements, she could be hidden anywhere. We have only her cryptic statements to guide us. It seems whatever her plan is, her actions thus far have been but prelude to its climax. We can but hope he awakens before she emerges again. What a shocker. There you are. Who the heck are you? I'm so glad I found you. I was starting to think I was in the wrong city, but the narwhal guided me true. Oh, you must be the maiden he mentioned. You hail from the same village, yes? I am Filma Burt of the Temple Knights. 'Tis an honor to meet you. Ah, he wrote about you in his letters. I'm Loa, and the honor is all mine. Is there anything you would cook on in the stove that would be better than what you could eat without the stove? Would it be worth it? Do you not have anything you could eat without the stove? I haven't received a letter from him for some time, so I came to check on him. Aw, then yes, you should probably make food. You insufferable fool! What have I always told you about rushing ahead without thinking? Now you even have the gall to be sleeping when I arrive. You promised you'd write me. What was I supposed to do when the letter stopped coming? I was so worried. At least I can take some small comfort that he appears otherwise unharmed. I take it you're to thank for that. He told me you were the shut-eye. Yes, that's right. For 10 years I bore his fatigue, and as a result my body is more fragile than most. But since arriving in Tuliolul, my life has become normal. As I've walked the city streets and eaten my fill of its food, I've felt my strength grow. I can even stay awake for a full day now. Do you know why he sleeps so soundly? The reports of other incidents indicate that those affected woke in a matter of moments, yet he shows no signs of stirring. Well, that, I'm sorry, I can't say for certain. But I do know the stories of those who came before me. More than one shut-eye has fallen into a sleep much like this, one so absolute that they became deaf to the outside world. With no means to sustain their bodies, they would waste away if left alone, so our people found a mixture of herbs and other materials that helped usher the shut-eye back to the waking world. What could possibly be strong enough to bring someone back from this? We call it spring dew, and the secrets of its making are passed down through generations. Each drop acts as a ray of sunshine in the darkness of sleep, a beacon for the dreamer to follow. I carry some of the ingredients on my person, but others must be gathered fresh. It won't be an easy task, but I'm certain it will save him. I don't know their Eorzean name, but one of the flowers blooms a striking yellow and grows only where mountain peaks soar above the clouds. Being so close to the heavens, it drinks in the sunlight, and its petals cleanse the body and promote wakefulness. In the churning mist blooms a yellow flower called the dandelion. In no other place in Eorzea can one be closer to touching the sun. Dude, we have dandelions all over our yards. Good. Next we'll need the saliva of a beast we call morbles, and the thicker it is the better. The pungent odor can wake the dead. Oh man, time to eat a dandelion. Ah, I know them well. Morbles are not an uncommon sight in the Dervanian hinterlands. A mature specimen should possess saliva with the desired effect. The prospect of gathering it, however, is an unenviable task. Once we have those 2 ingredients, mixing them with the rest should be a simple matter. Do you think you could procure them? I mean, dandelion greens are a popular West Coast salad ingredient. Oh, your confidence is reassuring. Since the morble saliva must be fresher of the 2, I ask that you first climb to the heavens and pick the dandelions for her. Him. I can't believe it actually cares which order I get these in. But okay, I guess. I get paid by the hour. Well, those look like dandelions, but they're not pickable. Sun-drenched dandelion. I need the ones that are sun-drenched. Okay. Warriors of Light unionized. That would be funny. I could see like all the leaders of Eorzea and the different shards getting together to try to stop it. They like hold this council and be like, okay, Warriors of Light, you could unionize, but listen up. Here's our counter offer. How about you not unionize and... Marble! Oh, there's a designated location. I can't just kill any Morble. I need workers' comp for that. It was funny. Someone did a post on Reddit about the whole Xenos thing. And it was like, I don't even want to quote it because someone else put it way more succinctly. And it was like, wait, do I need... How do I get in? Do I need you to let me in? Do I need to go up? Are you outside? Do I need to actually read the journal? Oh, there she is. We've done all we can. Now we wait for him to open his eyes. Huh? Where am I? I've taken naps that end that way. I hope you enjoyed sleeping the days away. And I'm glad you're finally awake. What are you doing here? I see. So Leah wielded the cradle against me, and while I was tucked soundly in bed, Loa came all this way. Curse my weakness. Just when we had her, just when I was needed the most, I failed. For 10 years I endured countless trials, and when the time came, I couldn't even swing my damn weapon. It's not your fault. If anyone's to blame for what happened, it's me. It's me! How is it me? No, I won't hear it. As you may know, Leah won our trust by posing as a scholar traveling the widths and breadths of Terrell. She expressed great interest in the cradle and our customs, and I was so excited to meet an outsider that I answered her every question. I told her that the Wide-Eye keeps the cradle with them at all times, and then she hatched her plan. She took me hostage to draw out Tentawa. While Loza was sleeping, Leo snuck into the chamber and held a blade to her throat. I had no choice but to give her what she wanted, the cradle. I put Loa's life before the future of her people. It was at that moment I became unfit to be their guardian. But I mean, she kind of is one of your people. Thank you. You know just what to say. That was the only way to see a future where none of my people come to harm, especially her. Even without the cradle, you're still our guardian, my guardian. We'll find a way through this together. Seeing you in such high spirits lifts my own. Oh, and before I forget, you trounced Leo's thugs while I was dreaming in the snow, didn't you? I owe you a debt I won't soon forget. And I wager that debt will grow even larger before we pry the treasure from Leo's clutches. But whatever it takes, I won't stop until she's answered for her crimes. You know, while I was sleeping, I dreamed. I saw Loa and I as children. Nothing particularly interesting happened. We just whiled away the days without a care in the world. I'd forgotten what it was like to dream. It was pleasant. I can remember wanting to stay there, to never open my eyes again, but of course the moment I gave form to that thought, I opened them, and Loa was there. Even if we get the cradle back, will things return the way they were? Will you go back to spending your life in dreams? I suppose so. It's my duty as the Shut-Eye, after all. Your duty, and it was your duty too that compelled you to come all the way here to Ishgard. But no more. What are you saying? I tried so hard to convince myself that you were glad spending so much time asleep, but being on the other side made me realize I was lying to myself all along. I don't want to return to a life where you and I are bound together but always so far apart. I want to go back to those happy days when you and I were by each other's side. I guess what I'm saying is, if there's a different path for us, I want to find it, and I want to walk it with you. But not yet. First we reclaim the First we reclaim the cradle, and then when we have, we'll take our first steps towards a new future, I promise. I must confess, I haven't felt the same since I woke up. I know I was in that bed for a while, but instead of feeling refreshed, my body feels weaker somehow. It's almost as if my very strength was sapped when the treasure was turned on me. I can't even grip my weapon properly. Leo did remark that she felt invigorated. Maybe she took your vitality for herself? Then, does that mean the cradle has powers we don't know about? Not exactly. It may just mean the cradle works differently than we thought. Its wielder might not pass on their fatigue, rather they absorb another's vigor. The end effect would be the same. The cradle's wielder can go on without sleep and its victim loses the strength to even keep their eyes open. You never took more than you needed, so my slumber was always light enough to waken from, but if the treasure was used without restraint... If we've had this realization, it won't be long until Leo does too, and then it will be too late. We have to root her out. But I mustn't rush ahead blindly, as Loa never tires of telling me. I feel nearly weak as a child right now. I must spend what precious time we have training to regain what strength Leo stole from me. You have my word I won't rest until I'm in top form again. I suggest you do the same for no other reason than to give me some stiff competition. My god, guys. My god. Let's do quests, Debbie says. It'll be fun, Debbie says. You're looking strong. While I'm not my old self yet, I'll feel better by the day. Still, there's much work to be done. I need to be even better than I was before if we have any hope of catching Leo. I wonder what she's plotting with the rest of her cohorts. We know they aim to topple nations around the world, but this is an odd way to go about it. Why haven't her misdeeds in Ishgard extended any further than the Temple Knights? We've pondered that same question. Our best guess was that as a former Temple Knight herself, she chose them because she knows how to exploit their weaknesses. She's using her knowledge as her weapon, and we need to equip ourselves likewise. If we can learn more about her, we might be able to anticipate her next move. A good plan, but I admit I have no idea where to start. Should we ask Philibert? No. I already have. He said that while he never knew her personally, the knights in her old squadron might be able to shed light onto her past. Some of them even now patrol the city, and he was a great help in telling me where they might be. You've been busy! Well, I can't remember the last time I was awake this long. I didn't want to sit around until I got tired again. And we're all the better for it. Since you've gathered the information, it's only fitting I should do the legwork. Just tell me where these knights are and I'll speak with them. Gladly, but Ishgard is still an unfamiliar city for both of us. Although Philibert told me where to go, the names of these places mean nothing to me. Luckily, we have her. We have Amara to guide you. You'll go with him, won't you? Yeah, of course. Me. I knew we could count on you. All right, take note of these locations. Blah, 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 blah. Dun, dun, dun. Being forced to work with someone like Leo isn't a fate I would envy. I'm curious to hear what these knights have to say about her. Hopefully they provide an insight that will help guide us forward. Time is of the essence. Oh, I have... Oh, it's one of these. I mean, yay, an escort quest. Isn't that right here? Is it upstairs? Oh boy, escort quests, my favorite. Many temple knights come from common stock, but she was different. Despite what she became, she was born of noble blood. Even so, she made a mock of Ishgard's customs and the responsibilities that bound the conduct of noble families. Doubtless she yearned for freedom all her life, or her idea of it anyways. Although her deeds caused her to be expelled from the temple knights and similarly stripped of her title, she may have actually desired that outcome. If she hated it so much here, all she had to do was leave. I hear she did leave, for a time at least. Now she's in league with the group that aims to plunge the world into chaos. If a selfish heart like hers was sought out to aid in this plot, I shudder to imagine how wicked their leader must be. I don't know. Like, this is the same, from what I understand, this is the same organization across all of these role quests. And this is like the Team Rocket of like villainous organizations. It's not evil. It's just dumb. Like, it's not well thought out. It's not well orchestrated. It's not villainous. It's just dumb. Do you require aid? I must keep watch, so forgive me if I don't engage in idle chit-chat. Yeah, it's a fun change of pace, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like, it's definitely got, like cartoon villainry level of shenanigans going on here. For her, I can spare a moment. I don't suppose you know why she was expelled from the Temple Knights, do you? While few were her equal in swordplay and fewer still handled their mounts with such grace, she oft spent her nights carousing in the gambling halls. It was after just such a night she fell asleep while on duty. Some may call it a cruel twist of fate, but dragons attacked her charges as she slept and they were left defenseless. In her negligence she was deemed to have aided our ancestral foe, and thus was stripped of her knighthood and noble title both. Knights falling asleep on duty, a story that's become all too familiar. Given what happened, I've no doubt she came to fear sleep, yet now she has conquered that weakness and she wields it as a weapon against us. She may even believe herself to be beyond the reach of mortal danger, yet she's only deluding herself, and in time she'll be made to answer for her deeds. Yeah, it's definitely giving Saturday morning cartoons. Yeah, Okay. Yeah, after Endwalker, yeah, I mean, we need a little bit. We need a little bit of it. I could see that. What is there to talk about here? Oh, the statue? Oh. He's like, what? A statue of a person? That's weird. We worship the narwhal. All is quiet. Even so, I must remain vigilant. Leo, eh? A name spoken of in hushed whispers now, but many have forgotten her strategic genius. She had a singular talent for achieving victory in battle by whatever means necessary. Genius. Maybe we're just too dense to see how her actions would cause Ishgard to collapse. Given that her group seems relatively few in number, an assault on Ishgard is unlikely. Rather, I think her aim is to chip away at the people's trust in Ishgard's foundation, and by the absence of a few vital bricks bring the whole nation tumbling down. The thought gives me worry. Even now, representatives from Ishgard are preparing to visit Oxundu in the Sea of Clouds. If anything were to go wrong, it would be a grievous blow to Ishgard's reputation. As we saw at Falcon's Nest, certain elements that oppose our nation see friendly gestures as a chance to spark conflict. Given recent developments, Sir Hondaloop has been debating whether the visit is a wise choice. Well, we have a general understanding of what drives our adversaries, stories that paint a picture of a rotten, conniving soul. We know enough to guess her next move. You're right. Whatever her ultimate goal may be, oh my god. Whatever her ultimate goal may be, it's clear she has an almost blinding focus on shaming the Temple Knights. And this, what did he call it, a delegation, may provide an irresistible opportunity. Finally, we have knowledge to use against our enemy. If we all work together, we might be able to trap her. Okay, we gotta go stop this delegation. Or, like, perfect this delegation? Anyway, to Oxundu, probably. Narwhals! Narwhals swimming in the ocean. You are ever welcome at the congregation. I am well appraised of Leo's wicked deeds, and your efforts to flush her out have been much appreciated. And this must be Master Tentoa, who crossed the ocean from Tyrol. I hope you have recovered from your ordeal. I'm better than ever. Apologies for taking up one of your beds for so long. Please, no apologies are necessary. Are they suggesting that I took, like, an obscenely amount of time to get those 2 items? Please, no apologies are necessary. On the contrary, the Temple Knights yet owe you a debt for all you have done. Which brings us to the purpose of this visit. You had something to discuss with me. I see. You and I had the same doubts. The delegation to Oxundu would be an obvious target for Leo. I was but recently debating the wisdom of moving forward with our plans. As you know, all of Ishgard falls under the protection of the Temple Knights. As such, 'tis only meet that we maintain and strengthen friendly relations with our neighbors. The delegation in question is tasked with deepening mutual understanding of each of our unique cultures. Sonu Vanu, chief of the Zundu, was most eager to host. Yet so long as the specter of Leo hangs over our order, I fear visits abroad are unwise. Should any of the Vanu come to harm, our relations could be damaged irreparably. As we have no way of knowing if Leo has caught wind of our plans, I am of the mind that postponing the delegation may be most prudent course of action for the safety of all. Yeah, but we could catch her. We could catch her. That's right. We won't let anyone come to harm. And as long as you warn the Vanu Vanu in advance, they shouldn't hold the actions of a rogue against you. If they are truly your allies, they'll see the wisdom in your judgment. Please send the delegation as planned. It will be our best chance to catch her. Leo. Yes, your words have merit. Thank you for sage counsel. You are right. The Zundu would not stand idly by while we suffer at Leo's hand. In fact, the fellowship between our two peoples was forged when a god assailed their home and was brought low by a great hero. You. Me. If we tell the Zundu that she is keeping watch over the proceedings, then I am certain all doubts shall be quelled. Then you'll proceed? Indeed, the time has come for we Temple Knights to reclaim our honor and go on the counter-offensive. I shall bring this suggestion of a joint operation against Leo to the Lord Commander as soon as possible. Thank you. Together we'll put a stop to her scheme. I first must discuss matters with the others involved before we present a plan to the Lord Commander. Although time is of the essence, I ask that you wait a while until our course is settled. I mean, I'm kind of surprised that my name doesn't just open more doors right away, but, you know. I realize now that I agreed to defend a people I know next to nothing about. Tell me of these Zundo. They're like the Hanu Hanu, but with even more of a penchant for metaphor. Really, two groups of such people so far apart, the world is really full of surprises. Even a single city is enough for a lifetime. Every day I hear something that gives me food for thought. Like the story of the Dragon Song War, for instance, generation of animosity between dragon and man that somehow ended in a rekindled fellowship. Rekindled fellowship. I imagined a whole world like that, a world where there'd be no need for protectors. The Wide Eye watches not only the monsters in the wilderness, but our neighbors as well. We've barely even considered sending delegations outside our village's gates. And the cold snap only made things worse. With everyone struggling just to survive, our every thought goes towards defending our scarce resources. But if we only look towards our wariness, if we only look outward with wariness, there's no hope for future to change, no hope to build trust. If only there was a way to bridge the distance between us and greet tomorrow hand in hand. Heh, but maybe that's just a silly dream. Maybe. Either way, it's a beautiful thought. I'm glad you think so. I'll hold that future in mind as I get back to training. As for you, get some rest. If you fall asleep when I need you most, I'll wake you up with a knock to the head. Hey, what did I ever do to you? That was a bit of a dick thing to say. Okay, level 100. Sir Handaloop still hasn't sent word. I guess the others might not be so enthusiastic about our plan. To them, the cradle of the sleepless is naturally still something to be feared. No matter how much faith they have in your strength, you'd be at Leo's mercy if she put you to sleep. Honestly, I don't blame them. Not even I imagined our treasure could be used for such evil. In Leo's hands, it's no more than an... Maybe I should take a sip of tea. It's no more than an indiscriminate weapon. But that means when we get it back, we can turn it into something else. Something no one's ever thought of before. We can find a way to use it without forcing someone to spend their life in slumber. Of course I agree with you, but we have more pressing matters, namely a rogue knight trying to capture... Oh, a rogue knight to capture and a treasure to recover. Heh, right, sorry, I got ahead of myself. Apologies for keeping you waiting so long. The Temple Knights have finally reached a decision concerning the delegation to the Sea of Clouds. And what have you decided? I am pleased to say that the Zundu have agreed to join forces with us. Together we shall drive back Leo should she attack. If her shadow darkens even an ilm of their homeland, our peaceful delegation shall turn into a fighting force at a moment's notice. We shall restore the Temple Knight's reputation and recover your artifact in one fell swoop. Thank you! We promise to do our part if Leo shows herself. She won't get away this time. We have but to hammer out the finer details. Once we are ready to depart, the first group of knights shall leave by airship. We would ask you both to make your way to Oxundu as soon as possible so you may help plan our strategy. Shouldn't our strategy be planned before we depart? I'm coming too. I can heal your wounds, and if it comes to it, my staff can bruise as well as a club. I'll gladly have you with us. I'm done taking on the world alone. I need you, Loa, and Amara too. We're stronger together than we could ever be apart. The cradle never would have been stolen if I'd realized that from the beginning, and I want you to be by my side to ensure I don't forget it. Well then, we better be off. I'm keen to meet this Chief Sonu Vanu. Warrior of Light, I teleport everywhere. Listen. Okay. Honored Netherling, your return to Oxundu is welcome as the arrival of spring. Sonu knows why you came. Wicked hearts seek to bring chaos to our home. And so the Zundu shall rise to its defense if needed. As the sun's rays chase away the shadow of night, Sundrop Dance shall keep the tendrils of sleep at bay. Chief Sonovano, it is an honor to meet you. And if this Sundrop Dance is as invigorating as you say, I'd love to see it for myself. Oh no! No, no, no! Let's not see the Sundrop Dance! The Zundu shall dance before Ishgar's warriors upon their arrival. Brave Tentahoa is welcome to join the proceedings. That was your original intent, right? I see. If we're to draw Leo out, it makes sense to pretend like nothing is amiss. Zundu warriors unify their strength through the Sundrop Dance, and if the sight is so fearsome that many choose to flee rather than fight, Netherling warriors may learn much from such an approach. Breaking the enemy's spirit avoids needless bloodshed. Yet all dancers must hone their skills before wild animals first, that the Sundrop Dance does not fail them at the most crucial moment. It is for that reason our dancers await the outskirts of Oxundu for the Netherling's arrival. When the performance begins, it shall draw the attention of all like a roiling cloud coming over the horizon. Watch carefully for any who would not take advantage of that moment. After the dance is finished, Netherlings will present Zundu with... Chief Sonu, Netherling ship appears in the skies like sudden sunshower hurtling toward Earth. Swiftly it descends, crashing down near Zundu dancers. Ship's markings are Ishgardian. Zundu are unhurt, but wounded Netherlings pour from vessel. The Temple Knights were coming by airship, right? All Leo had to do was lull the pilot to sleep. She saw right through us, and now we're on the back foot. Great winds can alert to raging... Great winds can alter even a raging river's course. What matters is to stand strong and move forward, and now we must offer aid to the Netherlings who come as guests. Right, let's go. Oh, what fresh heck is this? Oh, right, it's the level 100 duty. Okie doodle. There you are, Leo! You came all this way just to greet me. Oh, I'm honored. I only hope my gift was satisfactory. 'Tis a shame you will not see Ishgard crumble. Alas, I can scarcely suffer rats to scurry about my feet, threatening to gnaw away at my carefully laid plans. At least you bear witness to the dying breath of the Temple Knight's flagging honor. We would sooner see that wrecked airship soar again than their reputation return to its former glory. Yet even I did not foresee that the Zundo would be in the ship's path. The Fury favors me, For who now would trust a nation so careless as to put their neighbors at risk? Everyone knows you're behind this. People won't turn on each other so easily. Oh, I didn't see you there. The shut-eye wide awake. Doubly honored am I that you came all this way just to meet your end. Enough! We're taking the cradle back. We won't let your evil continue any longer. Such bold words. If I recall correctly, your people reaped great benefit from this artifact's artifacts. All at the cost of someone's waking life. Your life. Pray do not misunderstand me. That was not meant to be an announcement of your people. On the contrary, they have my utmost respect. We are bound by our very nature. No matter how mighty we become, we are slaves to the whims of sleep. Yet this artifact can sunder those shackles and grant true freedom. It makes its wielders stronger and their enemies weak. A perfect weapon, if you ask me. I can't say whether using the cradle is right or wrong. I only know that a life lived at the cost of another is no life at all. You're right about one thing. Oh, look at that haughty expression. We are bound by our nature, but that doesn't shackle us, it brings us together. And whether I'm asleep or awake, as long as Lo is by my side, that's the life I want. Show her no quarter, I'll be your shield. She's exhausted the cradle's power on the Temple Knights. This is our chance. No plan is without its wrinkles, I suppose. Fortunately, I prepare for all contingencies. You had an opportunity to live a quiet life, but I will not give it again. This time I shall send you into a slumber from which you will never wake. I guess I better put on my tank sticks. Oh, it won't let me pick up everything? I was kind of hoping it would let me pick up everything, but I don't know how to tank. I'll go over here, I guess, and pick up these guys. And then over here. No? Haha, they're doing the dance. Oh my god, it worked! Hey, Prince. Their butt wiggle? I missed that. Are you taking that one? Okay. Yeah, I just talked to the NPC and asked him which tank buster he was taking. You're going through this quest and starting to think it'd be cool to have a city origin for your character for further customization. That is, yeah, that would be cool. Because, I mean, come on. Like, it's been decades since we've had the whole, like, oh, your character has amnesia starting origin. It's like, no, it'd be nice to kind of narrow it down. The artifact swells with power. It begs to be released. Now you shut your eyes for the final time. Take a glimpse of the waking world. Take a last glimpse of the waking world. Do I need to, like... Oh, he's popped his wings. Okay. Can I pop my wings too? Oh, he's asleep. I'm not gonna let Dude get hit by daggers while he's sleeping. Yeah, right? Just like normal people, Prince. Just like normal people. Okay. Almost done. Fury take you! Is something people usually say when they're winning, I'm sure. Duty complete. Ugh, you stubborn. You may have won today, but this is not over. Yes, it is! What the heck? I needed a nap. Damned fool. No! Taco Bell sound effects. No! Say goodnight, Leo. Oh, what the fuck? The wide eye watches eternal, and eternal sleep. And eternal is the sleep it bestows. Is the bird bringing her back? Do we know? We finally was she coming back? Are you guys apprehending her? Like, I have questions. But we have someone else to worry about. Bird probably got her. Bird probably got her, but was Bird booing with her? Guys? Guys, don't worry about me. I'm fine. I'm just asleep. Only she would smile at a time like this. Yeah, this is the first nap I've canonically taken in the last 12 years. Just like the only shower I've canonically taken is like the one in Yulmore. This is the only nap I've canonically taken in a long time. We're both sleepy and stinky. we yes, there have been times where we've like gone to bed in an inn room. Yes. She's awake. Because we have had dreams and stuff. But no, like, why did we just let that person get away, guys? I fall asleep for a couple of minutes and you guys just let her get away. Your work is done. You did a commendable job as our shield, and now you can lay down your burden. It was thanks to your bravery that I was able to deal with the final blow to Leo. The final blow? It was not the final blow. And with the cradle back in our possession, I think we can consider this expedition across the seas to be a success. The Zundu helped us gather the wounded and see them safely off to Ishgard. We couldn't have done it without you. Netherlings protect allies as fiercely as Gaelicat protecting kittens. Zundu are moved by your might. You were equally as impressive. I should learn the Sundrop dance myself, though I won't strike a figure half as fierce as yours. The Zundu seem to have everything well in hand, and Houndeloop is likely eager to see us. We should return to Ishgard as soon as we can. Oh boy. Are you the griffin that did it? Tell me what you did with her! Tell me what you did with her! Oh. Oh. Okay, back to Ishgard. Well. Houndeloop it was. Let's go. Da, 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 da. I guess we're not going to get any answers until the follow-up quest chains, huh? Ah, the heroes of the day have returned. Thanks to your valor, the threat of Leo is posed no more. The threat Leo posed is no more. What's more, there's not a single life was lost? Dude, people fell asleep and fell out of an airship and no one died. On behalf of the Temple Knights, allow me to express my utmost gratitude to you all. You don't owe me any thanks. After all, it was my fault the cradle was stolen in the first place, and ultimately my fault that your delegation to Akzundu turned into a melee. Nah, it may be true that our visit to the Sea of Clouds was far from peaceful, but the bond between the Zundu and Temple Knights has only deepened through overcoming mutual adversity. Blessings often take inscrutable forms. He was asleep when that happened. Yeah, I guess. It's like, nah, everyone was fine, right? Right? And while we know not whether Leo yet lives... Well, you guys have made a lot of assumptions. We do know that she can no longer reach the source of her ill-gotten power, so we have little more to fear from her. Oh my god. This quest chain, guys. Yeah, no, it's fine. Everything worked out perfect. There's nothing wrong. It was complete victory. Everything's fine. Absolutely no one died, and like there's nothing more to fear from anything. With the crisis behind us, the common folk no longer have aught to fear. We will make known story of Leo's schemes and the heroes who work to foil them, and in time, I hope the trust in our order will be restored. The Temple Knights shall continue to build relations with our neighbors for years to come, relations which shall form the foundation of Ishgard's future. We would be honored if you could count among you the allies in this endeavor. Yeah. Anything you need, simply call upon us. We'll be there. No questions asked. No one seems to ask very many questions. And with that, it's time we returned home. It's been an honor. We'll be passing through Tuliol on our way back. If you have business in these parts, we'd love to speak with you at there before seeing off. Yeah, okay. They all seem to have one more bit of dialogue back in Tuliol before it's wrapped up. Which, okay. There you are. I was afraid we wouldn't see you before we left. We arrived not long ago, and a prize broke everything that happened. This is the longest I've spent away from our village, but even though Tuliol and Ishgard were entirely different worlds to me, I was only ever treated with kindness. Is anything the matter? Nothing. It's just something I've been thinking about. Our people have always been self-sufficient, but the Ishgardians and the Zundu showed that looking to your neighbor can reveal a way through the harshest difficulties. And you heard Handaloop, the bond between Ishgard and Akzundu was only made deeper through their shared ordeal. To trust another to such a degree, well, I think it's a goal we should all strive towards. We have at least one friend like that, don't we? She who bent her ears to every note of the narwhal's lullaby without a shade of fear in her eyes. Thank you. For believing in us, for believing that no matter the outcome, your actions would not be in vain. In so doing, you taught me the worth of fighting alongside allies you can trust. Yeah, I only protected you as you protected me. No, both of these answers are kind of stupid and corny. Whatever. Only if your even if your shield breaks, it's not the end. You're right. It's our faith in our allies and their faith in us that gives us the courage to protect each other. But approaching someone with open arms doesn't mean they'll accept you. The relations between our people and our neighbors has been strained by generations of mistrust, and we must take care to mend them properly. If we can do that and learn to look towards the future hand in hand, then there'll be no need for us to use the cradle ever again. People can sleep and dream untroubled and awaken with bright eyes. I want to see those days come to pass. Me too. Then you and I can finally spend more time together. Right. Of course. If we're going to see this future, then we should get back to our village. They'll be overjoyed to see the cradle returned. Thank you for everything. Next time we meet, may we both have good news to share. I mean, I hope they can figure it out so that someone doesn't have to stay awake, like, all of the time. That seems like a really kind of weird way to protect a village, but, you know. Okay, what do I got going on? It's kind of too late to do anything else because I'm kind of at the end of stream. I didn't expect that whole quest chain to take all stream. I didn't seem to recall the other ones taking like 2 hours to do. Though granted, I did read them all out and I was chatting, so maybe it did. So I've only got one more left. I just have Magical Kevin at Razathan. And then once Magical Kevin is done, then I have the one kind of tying them all together, and then all my role quests are done. And then that's it, finally, for role quests. I mean, it's taken me long enough, but I'm finally there. And then that's another thing, kind of off my list. God, with less than a month until FanFest. I want to finish the Wachumeki Meki. I want to finish a few more things before FanFest. So I'm going to keep scratching things off my list. There's no morning stream tomorrow because tomorrow is Friday Maps. So keep an eye out in the morning for map sign up. And we'll do maps tomorrow night. For anyone who wants to join in, make sure you sign up. God, I am really looking forward to new maps and the new expansion. But, yeah. I will see everyone tomorrow evening. In the meantime, I hope you have a fantastic evening. That you rest, take care, recover, have a good lunch, eat something. Take care. Love yourself as much as you love others. Screams in Hrothgay? What? Okay. Thank you, Trusk. Do that too, actually. It's probably good for the soul. And is there anyone to raid? What's going on? Expedition 33. There you go, Layla. Like, good old scream therapy. There's no one playing Final Fantasy. What's going on? No one that I follow, anyway. Maybe I need to make new friends. Maybe I'll put that on my to-do list, make some new friends so that I have some people in the same category about my size that I can go and raid. Okay. But in the meantime, thank you so much to everyone who joined in. I hope you have a fantastic afternoon. Take care. Scream in Harathge. Love yourself as much as you love others. And I'll see you all in game.